Imagine a quiet afternoon in a grand home where a little girl's innocent. Mistake shatters more than just a cup, it breaks her heart. But what happens when her absent father walks in at the perfect moment and utters words that change everything? Before we dive into this touching tale, drop a comment below sharing the city you're tuning in from, whether it's bustling Toronto, sunny Los Angeles, or anywhere in between. Now, let's begin. In the spacious halls of the Willow Creek estate, the air hung heavy with silence, broken only by the soft patter of tiny feet. 6-year-old Emily Carter, dressed in a faded blue sundress, wandered with wide eyes full of quiet yearning. Her mother had passed away from a sudden illness when Emily was just a toddler, leaving behind only blurry memories and a deep ache for warmth and affection. Her father, Alexander Carter, a wealthy entrepreneur, spent most days buried in boardrooms and flights, chasing deals across the country. 4 months ago, he'd remarried Lila Hayes, a sharp-dressed assistant from his office. On their wedding day, Lila had knelt down with a gentle smile, brushing Emily's hair and whispering, "You're my little angel now." Emily's heart soared. She finally had the mom she'd dreamed of. But alone with her, Lila's kindness evaporated like morning mist, revealing a harsh, resentful woman who viewed the child as an unwelcome reminder of the past. That fateful day, Emily wanted to help, to earn a bit of approval. She carefully washed a mug and carried it toward the family room, her small hands slippery from the water. In a heartbeat, it slipped, crashing to the floor in a spray of shards. One piece grazed her tiny foot, drawing a line of blood. Panic flooded her as she knelt, clutching the wound, tears stinging her eyes. "I'm so sorry," she whimpered, her voice barely audible. The sharp click of heels announced Lila's arrival. Towering in a sleek black outfit, her face contorted with rage, she ignored the blood and snarled, "You clumsy little pest! This house isn't for messes like you. You're nothing but trouble." Emily shrank back, begging softly, "Please, I'll fix it." "I didn't mean to." But Lila's words cut deeper. "Sorry. Won't glue it back together. You're just faking tears to get sympathy. Pathetic." Trembling, Emily stood, her foot throbbing with each step, leaving faint red smears on the tile. Lila pointed to the heavy drapes in the corner. "Face the wall and think about how useless you are." Emily pressed her face against the fabric, sobs, shaking her body, whispering to herself, "If I was better, maybe she'd love me." Time stretched endlessly until the front door swung open. Alexander stepped in, exhausted from his trip. A fluffy brown stuffed bunny tucked under his arm, a last-minute airport gift to make up for his absence. "Emily, I'm home," he called, but the scene froze him, his daughter huddled against the curtain, wounded and weeping, while Lila loomed over her mid-scold. The bunny tumbled from his grasp. Rage and heartbreak surged through him. He rushed forward, scooping Emily into his arms. Her cold hands clung to him as he glared at Lila. "What have you done?" Lila spun, feigning concern. "She needs discipline. Alex, you spoil her too much." Emily sobbed into his shirt. "Daddy, it's my fault. Don't let her hate me." Alexander's voice thundered, silencing the room. "You're not her mother, and you never will be." A real mother wouldn't ignore a child's pain over a broken mug. Layla's face paled, the house echoing with stunned quiet. He carried Emily to his study, gently cleaning her cut, his hands shaking with fury. "No one will hurt you again," he promised. She looked up, eyes glistening. "What can I do so she won't hate me, Daddy? I try so hard." His heart shattered, but he dialed his old friend, Dr. Thomas Reed, a kind family physician with salt and pepper hair. Thomas arrived quickly, bandaging the wound. "It's minor physically, but she needs emotional healing." As Thomas worked, Lila hovered outside, arms crossed, seething. Alexander confronted her in the hall. This isn't teaching, it's cruelty. You're using her to fill your own voids. Lila sneered. You always choose her over me. I'm your wife. Memories of his late wife's? Gentle love flooded him. Our marriage ends tomorrow. Pack your things and go. Layla's eyes narrowed with venom. You'll regret this. You and that girl will pay. The next morning, divorce papers signed, Lila left with a chilling whisper. This isn't over. Unease lingered, but a knock brought neighbor Margaret Ellis, a warm 50-something widow with a tray of homemade muffins. I baked these for Emily. In the living room, Emily clutched her bunny shyly. Margaret confessed softly. I've seen Lila yell at her, even make her stand outside in the rain. I should have spoken up sooner. I'm sorry. Emily's voice trembled. Auntie, was I bad? Is that why? Margaret knelt, tears in her eyes. No, sweetie, you're wonderful. Adults make mistakes, not you. Alexander's guilt deepened. He'd been blind to the suffering. That evening, as shadows lengthened, he vowed to protect her. Unaware, a darker plot brewed in a dingy apartment across town. Layla met two shady figures. Burly Victor Kane, 42, with a scarred jaw from old debts, and sly Rebecca Voss, 36, a con artist skilled in scams. Victor laughed roughly. Kicked out already? Layla's eyes burned. If we grab the kid, Alexander will pay anything. Rebecca smirked. Smart, I'll handle the demands. You play the scorned ex? Victor nodded. I'll get the crew. Easy money. There. Plans solidified in the dim light. Back home, Alexander and Emily shared a simple dinner. No more trips for a while, he said. She smiled tentatively. But that night, as Emily slept, Alexander tightened curtains, sensing trouble. The doorbell rang. Next morning, Detective Sarah Klein from Child Services, badge gleaming, voice firm. Yet kind. We got a tip about abuse and threats. Alexander shared everything. Margaret added her sightings, even rallying neighbors for statements. Sarah inspected the house, noting weak spots, add locks. I'll increase patrols. Emily drew a bunny with lurking shadows, her fear evident. That night, a note slipped through Emily's window. Lose the girl or regret it. Alexander's blood ran cold. He called Sarah. She arrived with partner officer Ryan Tate, tech-savvy and steady. This is serious. We'll set a trap. They installed alarms, cameras, planned a fake routine, lights off at 11, Emily in the study. If you say lights up, count breaths, we'll handle the rest. Across town, Victor traced the map. Back door. At 11 dark yard, Rebecca prepped burners. Lila seethed. Make it hurt. At 11, Alexander left, circling back hidden. Shadows crept in. Victor picked the lock. Rebecca and Lila followed. They neared the study. Alexander whispered, lights. Up. Emily counted, heart pounding. Lights blazed. Sarah yelled, police! Freeze! Officers swarmed. Victor was cuffed mid-reach. Rebecca dropped her bag. Layla lunged, but was pinned. It's over, Sarah said. Emily clung to her dad, safe. Days later. Court convened. Judge Elena Torres, stern and fair, presided. Sarah presented evidence, recordings, tools, plans. Margaret testified tearfully. Alexander spoke calmly. She endangered my child for greed, Lila spat. You'll pay. But the gavel fell, guilty on all counts, kidnapping, conspiracy, trespass, child endangerment. Long sentences, protective orders, months passed. Alexander cut work, drove Emily to school, read bedtime stories. Therapy with Dr. Nina Patel helped. Emily wrote, the fear is gone. Margaret became family, baking treats. 3 years on, at 9, Emily's art won prizes, a bunny in a lit doorway, titled Home's Glow. The Lighthouse program, Alexander's charity, aided families. A parole notice arrived. He testified firmly, closing old wounds. One evening, porch lit, Emily said, "Our light shines both ways." Alexander hugged her. Always, in the end, evil faces justice and love rebuilds. Greed crumbles, kindness endures. No matter the shadows, light returns for those who hold on. What about you? If you were Emily, could you find strength to trust again? As Alexander, would you drop everything for family? Does Leela deserve her fate? And do you believe love conquers pain? Finally, where are you hearing this from, a cozy Vancouver home or a New York commute? Share below. Your thoughts inspire more stories of hope. Thanks for joining. May your light shine bright.